Here's a fault line that I see among not just entrepreneurs, but among people. But I see it more so among entrepreneurs, and I think the implications and the consequences of this are more severe and significant among entrepreneurs. And here it is. There's two ways that you can respond to criticism, and there's two different types of people who respond to criticism in very different ways. One of these paths will simply be destructive. It'll force you to continue to double down on the mistakes that you're making and will not present any solutions or any way out of the mistakes that you're making, and will make your problems just get worse and worse and worse and worse. The other way will literally save you. It'll help you overcome your mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and it'll show you a path out of this situation that you're in, whatever that is. It'll help you overcome your problems, overcome your obstacles, and learn and grow and grow and grow. Okay, here are the two ways. The first, that's the destructive path, is to respond to criticism with blame. So anytime somebody says something to you, your immediate reaction is, well, whose fault is this? Or how dare you? Or how can you say something like that to me? Or how can you insinuate that to me? What gives you the right? Who do you think you are? Do you have any idea who I am? Do you have any idea what I've done? Do you have any idea how hard I try? Let's be honest, that's how most people respond to criticism. They lash out and they blame and they seek to attack the person providing the criticism for the audacity that that person has to verbalize and express any form of criticism to you as if you are above and beyond all of this. You can see right away. I mean, you can see when I talk about it like this as if they are other people, you can see how ludicrous that is and how destructive that path is. Do you see it in yourself? That's the question. Do you see that behavior in yourself? I'll give you a simple example, two examples. One is with my wife. Over the weekend, my wife voiced some criticism. She voiced a complaint. Okay. And as it happens in a marriage, right? You know, if you're in a marriage and there's no complaints or no criticisms changing hands, then something's terribly wrong. I mean, when you live that closely with somebody in a real relationship, there's going to be criticism. There's going to be complaint. There's going to be some grievances. That's just how relationships are. It goes for every relationship, right? Including a marriage. And so she voiced some criticism, and I thought about it and I processed it. And I said, well, look, there's two ways I can respond. Either I can justify, defend, right? Say, well, no, it's actually not like that, or I didn't mean it this way, or I didn't do it for this reason, or here's my explanation. You've just misunderstood. Could have done that. Probably had basis for that. Could have come up with an argument. What's that going to achieve? Well, it's going to maybe evade the issue, right? It's going to maybe get me out of being in trouble, right? It's going to maybe change the topic, but it's not fundamentally addressing the issue. It's not fundamentally addressing the root cause, the real problem. Because if she's expressing something to me, then there must be something that I'm doing to cause that. And that's the positive way to respond, is to ask yourself, what am I doing to create this? What action am I taking? What action am I not taking? How am I creating this scenario? How am I creating this criticism? How am I manifesting this issue? Another example would be, recently there was some miscommunication on my team. Not a big deal, not a major issue, but there was some miscommunication. Some things didn't get done that I wanted to get done. I can respond in one of two ways. I can say, why the hell didn't it get done? Why did this happen? Whose fault is it? Who do I blame? How could you let this happen? Why weren't instructions followed? I could have reacted that way. What would happen is there'd be no learning. People would feel bad. They'd be more prone to make the same mistake over and over again. And I look like a jerk in the process, and nobody wants to work with me, right? Not exactly positive outcomes. The way I tried to respond, I think I did respond, was, well, look, what am I doing? How can I help the situation? What have I done as the leader of the company, as the owner of the company, as the role model here? What have I done to create this problem? Did I provide clear instructions? Did I empower people to do their work? Did I not provide or give some input that I needed to give? Where did I go wrong? So in both scenarios, it's not easy, mind you, and I'm not perfect in this regard. I leave a lot to be desired. But in both scenarios, I'm looking at, okay, in my marriage with my wife, if there's a complaint, if there's a grievance, as there often is, right? Well, what did I do, right? And even if I don't think it's my fault, it usually is for the record, but even if I thought it wasn't my fault, there's probably something there, probably something that I'm doing or not doing, or I could do differently to help. That's where I want my mind to go. Not, how dare you? How could you say this? Do you have any idea how hard I work? Yada, 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 yada. That's not going to get you anywhere, right? It's, well, okay, well, so clearly this is an issue. This is a concern. Why is it happening? On my team, I can lash out, I can blame, right? Not going to get me anywhere. The real question is, what can I do to change the situation? Where am I falling short? How can I help? Where can I take productive action, right? And honestly, this is line in the sand. Mark my words. The most successful entrepreneurs are the ones who take extreme ownership for everything that's going on, not only in their businesses, in their lives. They take extreme ownership for everything that's going on in their lives, even if it's outside of their control, even if it has to do with other people, even if there are plenty of reasons why things are not working out outside their control, even if there are plenty of people that potentially could be blamed and justifiably blamed, even if there are all kinds of other factors that they have no control over. Despite all of that, they take personal responsibility for everything that affects them in their lives and in their businesses. And they're constantly asking themselves the following question: what can I do differently? How can I change? How can I be better? How can I get better results? How can I get better outcomes? How can I help this person? How can I help the situation? Yes, there are challenges, but what can I do differently to get better results? That is a line in the sand. Successful entrepreneurs think like that about everything. Wannabes who don't succeed, don't do very well, struggle continuously, they do the opposite. They blame, they justify, they make up excuses. It's everybody's fault except for theirs.